Our party has found someone incredibly important, even if they don't quite understand the significance. Can they help her get back in the air? Find out next on the Adventurers Guild. On the continent of Volanta, in the city of Dakar, there is a place where heroes are forged, where legends are built one story at a time. What you do with this opportunity is in your hands, and the hands of fate. The Adventurers Guild. Hello, and welcome to the Adventurers Guild. I am your host and Dungeon Master, Paul Cosca, and you are watching a weekly live-streamed D&D anthology show. This is the second episode in this current mission, but if you missed the episode last week, don't worry. We're going to catch up on everything you need to know in just a minute. But before we get there, let's go ahead and say hello to our players. Hello, players.
Hi!
How are we feeling about the discovery of who it is we have sought?
Historic.
Oh, I'm so excited.
Warm and fuzzy. Warm and fuzzy.
Really,
Yes,
we ended stream last week and we all just like melted in our seats for a moment because we were so excited.
It's on my mind.
Well, I hope you keep that excitement in your hearts. Now, in our last session, we talked about some perhaps outlandish sponsors that we'd welcome onto the show. I want to kind of extend that with a bit of a mental exercise before we get going. I would like you to pitch me a possible sponsor tie-in, something that the sponsor could look forward to having in an episode. And whoever does the best job of it is going to win inspiration for this next session. So, for instance, I had some sponsorship gag items for Arby's that I did several missions ago, where I made a curly fry helmet, the wand of roast beef, and a mighty steed called Horsey Sauce. So I would, and just FYI, I told the players there'd be something weird going on at the top of the show. Didn't tell them what it was. So this is fresh information I've just dropped on them. So go ahead and give me your best, or least best, or most ridiculous sponsor tie-in.
To any sponsor that we choose?
Anything.
Okay.
Except Arby's.
Except Arby's.
All right, Paul.
Let's hear it.
Picture this. Sponsored by Monsanto.
Okay.
And you have the canister of Roundup, which allows once per day the player character to cast Blight.
That's wonderful. See, that I like that. I like that a lot. Monsanto, get at us.
That was really good.
We know that you've got the money. We know it. I'm not against GMOs. I don't, let's talk. Let's talk. Anybody else want to throw their hat in the ring on this?
Yeah, I've got it.
Okay.
So we've all heard of the bag of tricks, right? This like magic item where you reach in and you pull out a fuzzy ball and it becomes an animal. What about the bag of trick talk, where you pull a fuzzy ball out of the bag and a member of the hype house comes and like stands next to you, and they'll like fight with you. It's like an ally, they'll carry your stuff. I think that's my pitch, is we get TikTok to sponsor, and it's the bag of trick talk.
That's, you know what? I love it. Absolutely love it. That's perfect.
Thank you. Thank you.
There's precedent. It's like the card in the deck of many things. You get the fighter.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
and like the deck of many things, doing that would probably ruin your life.
Precisely. You just get Charlie D'Amelio, and all she can do is dance, but it does psychic damage. So I think it evens out.
Or gives you like bardic inspiration.
Either or. It really
I've got
depends.
psychic damage just thinking about that. So yeah. Perfect. Being chased. Do you wanna take a shot at? You don't have to, but if you'd like to.
I've got something.
Okay.
If the great mouse of Mickey would like to sponsor us,
That's heavy hitting. Heavy hitting.
We're going big. Go big or go home.
Mm-hmm.
Allowing any character to wild shape once a day, we get the Princess of Animal Friendship.
Okay.
She imbues your spirit with. You can change into any animal you want to.
Like,
you have
like
to
a
kiss a
necklace?
prince.
Is it like a keychain? Is it like a?
It's the Kingdom Heart key.
Ooh.
That's what it is.
There we go.
I like it. I like the tag team on that one.
Yeah.
We got tag team on this one, but that's okay. Disney is all about teamwork and playing to your strengths.
Yes.
And
Sell it.
Yeah.
I appreciate the salesmanship there.
I'm trying.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Well, that was a good one. Chase, did you want to throw your hat in there?
Yeah. So, a avid consumer of the caffeinated beverages. If someone like Red Bull or Monster or somebody, would to sponsor us, and we would have a potion of haste that's in a can, and you take it, and then it basically casts haste on yourself while drinking it. Or if you want to go the Red Bull way, and it gives you levitation or flight or something, and then you get wings because Red Bull gives you wings.
Right.
I
Trademark.
like that a lot.
I do like that a lot. All right. All set to go. All set to go.
I have no idea. It could be,
Oh, okay. There was some good stuff here. I think for the maliciousness of it, which really appealed to me, I do have to give it to the Roundup. Yeah.
Well deserved.
Yeah, I appreciated how sponsor unfriendly that was. Which I feel like, some brand, maybe some brands want to do that. Some brands want to be like, hey, we know people hate us. We just want to lean into it.
Roundup is supposed to get rid of plants.
Yeah.
That's very on brand.
So I am for that. All right. So you are going to get one use of inspiration, which is rolling an advantage. This inspiration.
Congratulations.
I'm gonna do a
Well
quick
done.
thing to try to fix the stuttering on the stream here as I go ahead and get us into the introduction, and you can change your player names. We've been having some technical difficulty with the Zoom stream. Worked just fine for like 35 episodes, and then it just decided to be a little bit stuttery for really no good reason. Don't know if that'll fix it, but I'm gonna try stuff throughout the night because I hate that it's this way. All right. To recap, the party has been sent to the town of Omphel to assist a person that they call their guardian on a personal quest. On the way there, they ran into some gnolls trying to trap travelers, and a strange merchant selling, as he put it, fungible tokens. The party found the town of Omphel to be almost obnoxiously lovely. Flowers are in bloom, and the town's only tavern is awash in them. The place seems positively idyllic. The town's guardian, on the other hand, is a little rough around the edges, with a house full of random bits of machinery. This guardian, named Amelia, brought the party back behind her house and unveiled her pride and joy, a large, strange metal machine with huge wings. So, Amelia unveils this object, and she She looks at it lovingly, like someone might look at a pet or a loved one, and in fact, she gives it a pat, like one might pat a large dog. And she sighs and says, "This is her. This is my beauty. Almost done fixing her, too. Just need help finding the last bit. And that's where you all come in."
Ginnett is really excited about this. She sees this beautiful metal work of art and just like starts to get super hyped up and excited, and says to Amelia, "Oh, I love it. It's so beautiful and the lines are perfect. It's so great. It makes my heart feel light as air."
I would say that none of you would really understand, like, specifically what it does, because there is no equivalent to this. But you can tell at a glance that this is super technologically advanced. Some meta stuff. Airships are not common on the continent, so it's fairly likely that you've never seen an airship. So the idea of like a flying machine, not very common at all.
Does the military have flying machines? Is that
No,
something I
they
know?
do not.
Interesting. Okay.
No, there are no airships allowed in Kingdom territory.
Oh, cool. Okay.
I think Willow would have been happy even if it had just been like a pile of trash. So I think
Willow's got
Willow's
low
like,
standards.
yeah, Willow's just happy to see people living their dreams.
Yeah.
So I think that Willow's like, yeah, it's beautiful. What is it supposed to do?
She was definitely lost in thought for a little bit, kind of staring at it, petting it. And she turns back and it seems a little surprised that you're still there. She says, "Oh, this is the part that's always a little complicated because I don't know how to explain it to. It's like a big bird. It's like a big bird. It flies."
Oh.
And you
wow.
fly with it.
I fly with it. Yeah. It. I can't fly myself. I know that there are people in this world that can do that. I can't. But this can. And I have flown in this thing a long ways.
This world, where are you from?
Oh, go ahead and make a persuasion check at advantage.
All right, that is an 18.
Nice.
She sighs. She looks like she definitely didn't intend to say that much.
That was a slip, yeah.
But she has now. And she says, "I was not born here. I'm from somewhere else. I'm not going to pretend to know how everything works. Not really my area. But I ended up here. I was flying. I got lost and I crashed here. And I can only assume that if I can get her back in the air, that I can get back to where I came in and get back to where I was going."
How long ago was this that you crashed, as you say?
Best as I can tell, about 20 years.
Wow. I'm very sorry.
I appreciate it. It's not been a bad 20 years. The people here have taken care of me very well. I've developed some abilities, which has been surprising. It's been interesting, but I'm excited for the opportunity to get back.
They call you guardian. What do you guard them from?
I want to make it clear, I don't call myself that. That is, you never give yourself a nickname, right? But I think because I kind of fell from the sky, and I help fix things. I've gotten very good at that. I wasn't as good at that when I started, and I'm a lot better at it now. And I help them as best I can, and I think they look at me as kind of a good luck charm. I just kind of fell into their laps and managed not to die. And, the village has done very well for itself, and I think they think I'm part of that.
Can Ginnett see any of the mechanisms inside, or an engine hatch or something that would allow them to look at the inner workings of this flying apparatus?
You're wanting her to show that to you?
I'm just wondering if Ginnett can see that from where she's at currently.
So you are standing to the side of the craft, kind of near the front. So you can see the engine housing on one of the wings. You can see the large propeller in the front. But all the internals are all covered.
Okay.
Yeah.
Ginnett has not heard one word of this entire conversation since the unveiling of this thing, and it's just been staring at this machine.
I'll see if she notices that. She does not, because she's also mostly staring at it too.
So, what do we need to? Bless you. What do we need to get?
Well, I've got everything else put back together and mended well enough, I think. But I'm missing... Oh, God, how do I describe this? I would call it an instrument panel. I would say it's...
We don't have any bards.
Yeah,
No.
Would need the musician.
Oh, this has been the last 20 years. It shows me a bunch of things that I need to know when I'm going through the air. And if I don't have that, I will probably crash and probably die this time. So I need to go find where it ended up. And I think I know where it ended up. But I can't just go in there and get it myself.
Why?
So... when I crashed, I didn't even look at this thing for a couple of years. The crash was pretty bad. And, I wasn't in very good shape. So it was a while before I was kind of back to being up and around. And... by the time I really started looking at it, the instrument panel was gone. Not just away, but gone. So I have a feeling that someone took it. It took me a while to get the confidence back to start searching for it. There is an abandoned, or formerly abandoned, I guess, mine, about a day's journey from here, around the lake. This mine is full of old junk, old mechanical pieces, old technology stuff. I don't think any of it's working, but the people that live in there, they're all about it, and they seem to worship this stuff. I don't know where they got it, but I'm guessing if my instrument panel walked away that it ended up in there.
Are these people dangerous? You have hired, well, your friends have hired some...
Well, they're all armed, from what I could tell. I didn't do a whole lot of digging in there myself. Didn't feel like dying to a bunch of religious nut jobs, but I got in there, got close. I saw them worshiping a toaster. You don't know what a toaster is. They were all gathered around it saying prayers. They're all armed. They've got weapons. They don't seem reasonable. And it feels like not a one-person job. Especially if I'm going to be going in there and taking a thing that they, I don't know, think is God or something.
Could you trade? Do you have more of your toasters?
I mean, I could try. I'm up for ideas, but almost everything I've had that's really worth anything has gone back into putting the plane back together. The plane, that's the thing, the flying thing.
Understood.
Yeah.
So Guinness is so fascinated by this that she would like to try to get close to it without anybody noticing. Just wants to really see how this thing works.
Go to make a stealth check.
It's 17.
All right. Yeah, you're able to get what part are you trying to approach?
Anything that looks more mechanical than the rest. So probably up near the engine hatch. She sees the propeller up there. Maybe that's
Yeah, so you get kind of like under the wing. There's several flaps that move, and like there's definitely a bunch of there's an engine housing. There's stuff that where you can get up close. You can start to look at things. It's not like there is no technology, but what you're looking at is so different than anything you would have seen before. You go ahead and make an intelligence check.
It's 14.
Yeah, the stuff that's in there, it's like one thing connects to another part and connects to another part. There's so many pieces to it that you're not even sure how any of it would run. Right? Maybe you've seen one small steam engine in your life, but that's enough to, that doesn't power much. This is just so different. You don't even really get how it's supposed to fly. Like, that doesn't even really make sense looking at it.
Well, if we can get there, and if we go tomorrow, I have a spell that can help us find it in the piles. So that should be fine. We just have to get there and make friends with the people in there. I don't have it today, so we have to go, tomorrow. But.
Yeah, well, it'll like I said, it'll take about a full day to get there, and I'm fine leaving in the morning. We don't have to rush out right now. It'll probably take me a little bit to prepare myself for.
Oh, are you coming with us?
Oh, I'm not letting you get it without me.
Should it come to it, how competent are you in the fight? Will we be protecting you, or will you be protecting us?
And how do you want us to bury your body, just in case?
All that's a fair question. And 20 years ago, I would have been a lot less able to protect myself. I don't know what it is about being here, but I've picked up some new tricks that I didn't have before. So I think I can take care of myself. I'd not leave me alone to rot, but, I can handle myself.
Thank you.
And the burial question, again, just in case.
Yeah.
We've all had that conversation, so
I mean, if I die, put me in this thing and push it off of a cliff.
Okay.
I mean, that's an unreasonable request. It's very heavy, but you know what I mean.
I'm very strong.
I'm
I
sure
thought it was
you
a
are.
lie. I'm not. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to lie.
I can light a longbow tip on fire and send you off real glorified.
Well, maybe let's just not,
Maybe don't die.
Yeah.
Maybe we do that.
Again, I'm not trying to manifest anything. Just in case.
Willow, I'm just that, you've brought it up so many times in our journey that it
I'm
feels
a
like
little
you might be.
nervous.
To be
I'm a
fair,
little
any
nervous.
adventure that doesn't have like some end of life plans, it's,
It's a little suspicious.
you really,
I'm also,
you got to at least
I'm
acknowledge.
also the healer, so I just want to make sure we all know.
I'm dying. I don't know about you.
No, I mean eventually maybe, but not now.
She
can't.
she says, well, if it works for all of you, you can come meet me here in the morning, and we'll head out.
Sure.
Works for me.
All right. Well, I guess I'll get myself ready to negotiate.
I don't. Why? What does that mean?
Listen, they took something of mine, and if I have to
Negotiate?
be forceful about getting it back,
Oh.
then that's what I'll do.
I may be able to help you with the negotiating bit before it gets too tricky. I was always helping my father with his negotiations. No quotes necessary.
Yeah, I mean,
So,
if I'd wanted like lawyers, maybe we'd look for the Lawyers Guild,
fair point.
So-
And there is a reason I'm not helping my father anymore. So, we could do both. We could do both.
Lawyers? Is that a profession in Takar?
There are
would like-
lawyers.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
I would like an April Fool's arc where we all play lawyers. Please and thank you. The Lawyers Guild.
Oh,
Yes.
A lawyer's
that's
guild.
got to be a different system. That can't be. easy.
So a meta thing is that there are certainly lawyers, the best lawyers. If you want like an absolutely top-notch lawyer, they're all in the nine hells. Because
Yeah.
devils write and enforce contracts better
Yeah.
than any mortal does.
Yeah.
So if
Yeah.
you have a lot of money, that is where you hire a lawyer.
You hire a wizard to summon a devil. Yeah.
A
Um,
warlock.
Yeah.
Yeah. Can I turn to Ginnett and ask a question?
You can try.
Okay.
Ginnet's very occupied
Yeah, not next to us anymore.
and not next to you anymore either.
Ginnett. Walks over. Ginnett.
What?
Hi.
What?
This is really cool.
I'm just very excited. Very excited.
You know a lot about like this type of stuff, right?
Bits, but whoa, I can't even wrap my head around how this would get up in the air.
Does any of it look like it's about to fall apart?
I honestly couldn't tell you.
That's a fair question, and what you can see is in really nice condition.
Looks fine.
Okay.
Good.
I just want to make sure we're not accidentally, not doing our due diligence.
Oh.
This
Fair
is
question.
really cool. I don't understand it at all, but it's really cool.
reach in, I grab something like, oh, look at that. See, you move this, and it does this.
You hear from around, are you touching something? What?
No.
Just
Amelia
pointing.
pokes her head around and says, I'm pretty sure I didn't call the Mechanics Guild either.
There's so many guilds.
Sorry.
Willow, just let come back.
Yes.
Come back.
Okay. Sorry.
Don't want to get
sorry.
fired when we just got here.
This is
No.
12 years of mending cantrips.
Oh.
That's a lot of cantrips.
Yeah, it is. So, and she pulls out a rag and like buffs out the spot that you touched. Sorry if I'm a little,
No.
sensitive.
That's okay.
There is nothing to be sensitive about pride in one's work.
I agree.
Yeah, well, I had to teach myself how to put it back together and then put it back together and then make sure it all worked. It's been a long time.
It's impressive, I think. I'm still not entirely sure.
Well, I haven't had much else to do.
Where did you get it?
Well, I bought it
Our
25
mothers
years ago.
like this.
You can buy these?
We're going to get in the weeds way fast. Listen. I will see you all in the morning.
Okay.
We'll have a long journey to ask any questions you can think of.
We got
Can
a
I
whole
just sleep
day for you to bug me with this shit. So go get some rest. We'll head out in the morning. And she sets to work draping the tarps back over.
Well, do we want to maybe get a room at the mermaid scale?
That's pretty much our option, isn't it?
I mean, we could also go camping.
That is another option.
Have the day in the town of flowers and sunshine. Delightful.
I mean, their alcohol was
Yes.
very expensive. I can imagine their lodging's probably expensive too.
Oh, they said that there was a off-season special that the
Oh.
ratings were
Mhm.
not too expensive, although I'm not confident that I am comfortable spending that much time around that many flowers.
It's gonna happen if we're outside or if we're inside, so it really
Oh,
depends
you're going to
on.
put more flowers in my hair, aren't you?
No.
Ay.
I could just sleep outside with this thing under the tarp.
I think,
You hear Amelia, without even
might kill
looking,
you.
just says, I will see you all in the morning.
I feel like she's trying to tell us something.
We've outstayed our welcome, clearly. Let's continue while we still have a job. And Boulder will start leaving, actively leaving the space.
Yeah, I follow.
Bye. Have a good night. See you in the morning. Nice to meet you.
In it.
I'll be back for you, my precious.
Not. Let's go.
Not yours.
So are you heading back towards the main part of town?
Yeah.
Okay.
Unfortunately.
I guess we are.
We can sleep outside again. It's fine.
You'll just put more flowers in my hair.
Not without asking.
Does this place have a blacksmith
The
around?
Midnight Flowerer. Yeah, as you're getting back into the main part of town, go ahead and roll a perception check.
Everyone?
Yeah, everyone can go ahead and roll one. Miliana
11.
and Boldra
19.
Nice.
and Atyrie
That's a 10?
and Willow.
13.
What was that?
13.
13. Okay. No serious failures there. You can see that aside from the mermaid scale, there are a few other shops here. They're a little easier to see. The mermaid scale so much faces the road that it's kind of like you're funneled right to it. But now that you're approaching town from another side, it's a little easier to see everything else. You do see that there is a general goods store. You can see, Boulder, since you mentioned it, what does look like some kind of blacksmith shop. And who had the high roll? Was that Emiliana? That was
Boldra.
Boldra. So a general goods store, looks like a blacksmith shop, and you all see that. And Boldra, you see a small shop past the mermaid scale, closer to the water, that says Lakeside Arts.
Some interesting goods maybe in this establishment.
What establishment?
Arts, some arts over by the water.
What do you want from an art store for our adventures tomorrow?
Maybe we can find some thing to trade, something to fool the folks in the mine that
Units, I would have to rely on you for that. I'm not certain I would know what they would find valuable if I saw it.
think we could fix something up to make it look like it's something they would be interested in.
Sure. Yeah. Make something.
So where would you all like to go?
I mean, I'm
Arts.
interested. Let's go to the arts thing and swing back around. I'm gonna swing back around to the blacksmith shop after just to get some dirt under my nails.
Sure.
If I can.
Are you all going to the Lakeside Arts?
Yeah.
All right. You head into Lakeside Arts, and you are met with the smell of a very floral incense.
Surprise.
Because even incense in this town has to be floral.
They don't have Nag Champa in this world. Come on.
And you can see that there is a exquisitely crafted and very complicated looking incense holder near the door, where the incense sits on top and the smoke kind of flows down and around in long loops. Looking around, this is a very high-end art gallery with these gorgeous, huge landscapes on the walls, and dotted throughout on the floor are pedestals with sculptures on them. Many of them are busts of like people. And as you go in, you hear, "Welcome to Lakeside Arts." And out from the back comes a turtle who is wearing very nice pants, of like open shirt with paint splattered all over it. He is also wearing a beret. He says, "Oh, no, welcome, please, come in. I am Elias. Are you looking to acquire a piece out of my collection?"
Wanted to
We
see-
are exploring.
But just looking. Thank you.
Well, all right. If you find anything you are interested in, please let me know. All of this was created in-house in my studio.
Oh, it's
Are there
Beautiful.
price tags on anything? Or is this like a ask for...
If you get close, you can see price tags.
Okay. What's the range here?
So, there are a couple of small pieces. Looking around the room, there are small pieces. There's like one corner with like little postcard size things. The small pieces on the wall are worth around 100, 150 gold. The large pieces, you see prices up to like 5,000 or 10,000 gold. The sculptures in the middle, most of them don't have price tags, but the couple that do are in the like 2,000 or 3,000.
Is there anything that catches Etirie's eye at all?
Yeah. Everybody go ahead and roll a perception check. We'll see what you find.
Boldra is specifically looking for things made of metal.
That's a nat 20.
Nat 20.
10.
Emiliana?
10.
10. Boldra?
12.
And Willow?
Got an 8.
Okay.
Oh, flowers in there.
Golden 2.
They just like the incense.
Smells nice.
That's nice.
So, Emiliana, Boldra, and Willow, your eye is caught by it's not an especially large portrait. And if you hadn't just been where you were, it might not have even caught your eye. But it is most certainly a very shadowy nude portrait of Amelia from behind.
Ooh.
And you might not have even recognized it if you hadn't just been talking to her.
Yeah. Yeah.
Were these Elias, I have a question. Were any of these pieces, well, was this piece commissioned, or is this like a found art thing?
Well, I made it
Yes,
myself.
but did anyone ask you to?
Oh, no. I enjoy portraiture and occasionally ask people to sit for me.
All right. Just had to do a quick recon on that one.
As we're looking around, are there any other nude bodies, or is it just
There
this
are a couple.
one? Okay.
Yeah, there are a couple.
A typical art gallery in that case.
Yeah, it's...
Yeah.
I've rarely been in an art gallery that didn't have someone naked somewhere.
I just wanted to know if it was all naked paintings of Amelia, then we have an issue.
Okay.
Little creep
No,
check.
of the 24, almost close to 30 paintings, there's probably like 3 or 4
Okay.
that are nudes or like partial.
Pretty good percentage.
And Etirie, you see a painting that, again, if you hadn't just been there, you might not have recognized what you were looking at. But this is a painting of the inside of the engine housing of Amelia's plane. So obviously a hatch is raised up, and it's like an exquisitely detailed look of the inside of the engine hatch.
Oh, how much is that painting?
That painting is 500 gold.
Oh, crackers.
Like it is so well done that it could be like a blueprint.
Mr. Curator, man, could you come here for a second?
Yes.
I'm very interested in this painting.
Mm-hmm.
I see the price tag here. I'm a wee bit shy, but would you perhaps barter with it for a silver pocket watch?
No.
Damn. It's very exquisitely crafted. It's
I
a great.
appreciate that.
Okay, all right. You wouldn't let go for anything less than 500 gold, then, would you?
Oh, no. There's a print of it on the rack over there, if it's of particular interest.
And how much would that print be?
Oh, the print is 2 gold.
Yeah, I'd like to buy one of those.
All right. Yeah, you buy yourself what is essentially a postcard of that painting.
This guy's got his business all set.
Not every shop is available for all adventures. I think that's the big thing. Sometimes you walk into a place and you really just nobody can afford anything.
Are there any 100 gold paintings of flowers?
Yeah, so you're looking around and there is one section that is smaller paintings that are of different arrangements of flowers. So yeah, go ahead and make an investigation check real quick.
A 9.
Yeah, you see one that's 80 gold. It's got they're like water lilies right out the edge of the lake.
Amelia, she's a little uncomfortable by this whole place and has been kind of hanging back near the doorway and is just staring at that painting.
Okay.
Boulder's probably trying not to bump into anything as she,
It's fair.
as the nude and partial nudes catch her eye every once in a while. You know, she's lonely. She's a lonely lady. The reason they sell her so well.
I think Willow is very much kid in a candy storing, like, wow, wow, wow. Just excited.
I will admit personally that I don't love art museums, but I like to get really, really close to paintings just to see the brushstrokes. I'm much more interested in that than paintings.
The actual subject. Yeah.
Because I lived in Chicago for quite a while, and so the art museum there is incredible. But you go there once and it's it's the same paintings.
Yeah.
But to be
every couple of months.
to be nose away from looking at Da Vinci's brushstrokes was very cool. I like that a lot. All right. Any other business for Elias? Okay.
No.
Eteria is very excited about the print, just staring at it, walking around.
I do. Boulder does have a question. So, yeah. Well, what you got there, Gannett?
Oh, okay. It's the it's the inner workings of that metal contraption.
Are you going to build your own?
Did it take much convincing to get Amelia the guardian, to paint the inner workings of her machine?
Amelia and I have, for a human, have known each other for a long time.
How did you first meet?
Well, when she arrived here. That many years is not very long for me, but for her, a very long time.
What was she like?
Like a lot of humans, in very much a rush to get things done. Not good at taking her time, but that's very typical for people who only live so long.
Telling me.
But I can appreciate her tenacity. She does not let much stand in her way.
Have you helped her craft anything?
Once she came into her own, she was much better at that than anyone else in town. I am not a mechanically minded sort. I spent some time trying my hand at things like that. But after about 70 years, I figured it wasn't for me.
You gave it the good university try then.
Yeah, I could have been there longer, but I decided to leave early. Apprenticeships for my kind are very long.
Well, you seem to have found your calling.
I've been at this for a couple of centuries, and I feel like I'm getting in a good groove with it.
They're quite exquisite works, sir.
I appreciate that. I figure I'll stick with it for a few more 100 years and see if I want to continue from there.
And if we stay here any longer, this conversation is going to take a couple 100 years. Let's get out of here.
Always in a rush.
Not a human, even. Crazy. All right. I guess Boulder's gonna give him a little salute and follow the hurried Ginnet out. Is there anything else?
We secure our rooms.
Homebrew note. It is ridiculous that turtles are only supposed to live a really short amount of time. I don't understand that. I hate it. Our turtles live for like ever.
Yeah.
Cool.
Why would a turtle only live 80 years? That doesn't make any sense.
No.
That's so dumb.
Those giant...
Actual tortoises on Earth live longer than that. Yeah.
Right.
Forever.
A magical tortoise should live like 1,000 years.
Yes.
Right?
If a regular tortoise lives like 200 years.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
And then
Just wanted to establish that because it goes against everything that was the coast wants to do with turtles, and I don't understand. So you leave Lakeside Arts. You're headed over to the Mermaid Scale to secure your rooms.
yeah.
Well, you wanted to stop by the blacksmith, right?
I could do that after we secure the room.
Okay.
What time is it during the day? Is it still like afternoon or?
Yeah, we're looking like 4.
Oh,
coming
okay.
into 5. So we're
All right.
getting into late afternoon.
I'll see you at the scale. I want to check out the blacksmith just to see what they have going on.
Okay. So we'll check into the Mermaid Scale first.
Sure.
The 3
I'm
of you
gonna-
head in.
Head with Boulder, actually.
Okay.
Go to Smith.
I wanted to actually go back into the art store.
I'm not.
You can do that.
I
We
wanted.
need to get the rooms. Do we all want our own room?
I don't care.
Well,
I'll
I'll
take-
sleep on the floor. I don't care.
I'd like my own room.
Okay. The rest of us
feel-
can share.
I feel strange sleeping without sound, so
Slumber party.
just 2 rooms then, one for you, Boulder, and one for the rest of us.
Sure.
All right. So we've got 2 headed over to the blacksmith. Willow is going to head back into Lakeside Arts, and Emiliana is going to head to the Mermaid Scale. And I think, for the sake of my voice real quick, we're going to take a very quick, 2-minute break, and then we'll catch you all on the other side of that break. So stay with us. All right, we are back. Hello. I swear, one day I will not be sick anymore. To go from having COVID to a sinus infection. Next week I'll get malaria. I don't know.
Oh, God.
Please don't.
Meningitis. Who knows? But we are back, and now we have completely split the party. And that's what really shows that a game that's played like this is exactly like your game at home. That even a party of 4 will split itself 3 ways. Let's start with the mermaid scale, since that's what I said before. Emiliana, you head into the mermaid scale, and just as flowery as when you left it a couple hours ago. There are a few more people here now. It's getting closer to dinner time, and you can tell that this is definitely a place where a lot of people in the town come for dinner. Very much a community thing. You do see Jalola, the sheriff, there, as well as just others hanging out among benches and tables, chatting and being idyllic and friendly.
Forgive me, bartender. It's been a long day. I've forgotten your name.
Temiana.
Temiana. I beg your pardon.
As a reminder, she's a female elf. No longer stirring her pot of tea at this point. Looks like she's minding something on a stove. But she comes up and says, "Well, you're back. Good to see you."
We are, yes. It turns out that we are going to need rooms for the evening.
I had a feeling.
Procure 2 rooms, perhaps?
Sure. Let me see what I've got available. I say that like we've got a bunch of customers, which we don't. We've got a few rooms. Several of them are standard. And then we've got the sunrise room up top, which, I mean, right now it's not that much. Our standard rooms right now in the off season, 1 gold per room. If you want rooms that come with meals, that's going to be 2 gold. And then the sunrise room is 4 gold.
I don't think that we need the special sunrise room.
If you're sure, it's really pretty.
We'll see the sunrise on the road tomorrow. But the rooms with the meals.
All right. 2 gold for each. That'll be 4 gold total then.
Easy enough. And well, I'm going to need to give my friends the room keys, so I might as well be visible. I would take my meal now, if you don't
Sure.
mind.
Dinner's going to be ready in just about 10-15 minutes.
Perfect. Do you have any more of that tea?
She smirks with her insight check just now and says, I didn't take you for a flowery tea drinking sort. You got an image to uphold?
Beg your pardon?
You have an image to keep up for other adventures?
I'm not comfortable with the flowery things. It is not the way I was raised.
She takes a ladle and puts it in the copper pot, pours you a cup of tea, slides it across, and says, everybody's got a lot of sides to them. And for people that have been kicked around a lot, it can be difficult to stop and just, taste the flowers in this case. But I don't know. Maybe it's good for you sometimes.
Thank you.
Are you on the road a lot?
Most of the time. I prefer it. I'm sure you hear this often as a bartender in a travel town, but I like to say I am born of it.
Nobody's really born on the road, though. At least
Fair.
not to my estimation. I always feel like you just haven't quite found the place to sit yet.
There was a me before the road, and I am a different person than I was back then. The me that is now was born on the road.
Well, I hope one day you find a place to sit again. There's plenty of good things about the road, I guess, but makes you awful tired.
Gets everywhere. Dust in the jacket.
Mm-hmm. It's difficult to stop and take account of yourself when you just keep going and going.
Thank you for the tea.
You're welcome. We will move over to the blacksmith shop. So, Boldra and Atirier, you head in. There's a metal sign over the door. It's all one piece of metal, and the lettering has been like hammered into it. It says Phoenix Armory.
Phoenix, yeah.
You head in, and as soon as you open the door, the difference in the sound level is kind of shocking because it was fairly quiet outside the door. But opening the door, you hear this very rhythmic hammering metal on metal sound.
Feels like home.
Both of you go ahead and make a perception check.
That is a dirty 20.
That's a solid 7.
Okay.
All right.
Some things you notice about this shop, and Boldra, it takes you aback a little bit. This is way cleaner than you were anticipating.
No.
It is not the super hot, dirty, grimy blacksmith that you were used to. There's some stuff back there, but most of the work area is actually quite clean. And what you see is a display rack full of different bits of armor, all of it very ornamental. And in the back is a gnome working a very strange looking contraption. It looks like a large hammerhead connected to this huge mechanical arm, which slams down underneath it again and again and again in this like very rhythmic repeated pattern. And he holds...
Now this episode is for my dad. Okay. Sorry, keep going.
And he holds onto this large metal sheet, which he guides around as the hammer hits it.
It's a pneumatic hammer.
A new what? What?
I don't know what about it.
It's a big hammer. Got it.
And I'll see if he does not notice you enter right at the beginning. He has large earmuffs on.
Is there a space in front of him that we could walk around to so he can see us visually before we just...
Oh yeah, if you take like 3 or 4 steps in, he's going to see you.
Okay.
Sure.
Yeah, we're gonna step in a little bit so he can see us, or hopefully not so startled.
Mm-hmm,
Okay.
mm-hmm. Little wave.
You get in front of them and he, reaches down. You hear a clunk, and the hammering slows to a stop. He sets his sheet metal down, takes off the really large earmuffs. Oh, welcome, new folks. Hi, welcome to the armory. Well, what can I do for you?
And so to start in Gnomish, Gannett says, "Well, good day to you, and well met, sir. I'm just coming in to see what's what in here."
He like, honestly, it's been a long time since I've had Gnomish on the tongue. I'd just as likely converse in common if that works for you. I appreciate the effort.
That too, actually.
Oh, terribly sorry.
I appreciate the effort. I've you go to a restaurant where everybody's a certain thing and you try to order in that language. I get it. I've not been back home in 80 years. But it's a beautiful day, lots of work to do. What brings you in? What brings you by?
Just taking a look around, seeing if there's anything in here that might be useful for us. This pneumatic hammer you got here is gorgeous and beautiful, and very intrigued by it, actually.
Oh, well, it used to take me 3-4 times as long to get things done. Not so much anymore. I got this, now that I got this thing, it's things come together in a breeze almost too fast. Were you people in need of armor? I mean, you look like you can take care of yourselves.
Just looking to see what kind of armor you can supply, and how long have you had this contraption? I haven't ever seen anything like this before.
Oh, I mean, not terribly long. 5 or 6 years. I've been doing it by hand forever. But I did a little bit of work for the Guardian, and she traded me this in exchange for it. She's a whiz with coming up with things like that, Yeah, so it was a good trade.
What kind of work did you do for her? If you don't mind me asking. I'm turning all country with these folks. Dang it.
Go ahead and make a persuasion check with advantage.
Woo. That's a natural 20.
He says, "Oh, well, I work in sheet metal, making armor, and I took a look at the contraption she's got, and I tell you, when we started work on it, it needed a lot of help. There were big pieces of sheet metal missing from that thing, but wasn't nothing I couldn't handle. And when I last left it, it was looking a heck of a lot better."
I'm sure she appreciated it.
She did. To take a look at this thing. Makes my work so much faster. So, yeah.
Do you happen to get a good look at the inner workings? Do you have any understanding of any of the components?
Nah, that's not for me. I know gnomes back in the old town that would have creamed their pantaloons looking at a thing like that, but
I basically did, yeah. I know.
I'm a simple guy. I like a hammer, and I like this kind of hammer a little bit better. But I like a hammer and I like a piece of metal, and that's much more my style. All those engines and things like that. That's above my pay grade.
The work that you've done with your simple metal, though, is quite ornate.
And as you're looking, you can see that most of what's on display are bits. They're not like full armor sets. probably because it's so expensive.
Like shoulder pieces,
Yeah,
gauntlets.
there are pauldrons and gauntlets. There is one full armor set that's definitely a showpiece that is, of course, covered in flowers. In these sculpted metal flowers that adorn the whole thing. The pauldrons are these like big lilies. But most of the other pieces, there's a chest plate, there's pauldrons and gauntlets, and all of them are very, very ornate.
If someone were to, say, shoulder check someone that they were fighting wearing one of these pauldrons, would the damage be significant, or like how strong is this stuff? I'm saying, like, it looks pretty and all, don't get me wrong, but does it really stand up in battle? Hard bargaining.
Well, I mean, how much abuse are you planning on it? I guess that's the big question.
Well, you know, I'm ready to. I'm looking for something that can give some damage. So it can look nice. It can look nice. I want it to look nice, as you can see from this beautiful beard I have. I like to look nice.
Right. Let me put it this way. I use a hammer to make it. If you hit it with something like a hammer, you might unmake it.
A face isn't a hammer.
I mean, if you hit somebody's face, I guess. Jeez. If you hit somebody's face, I guess. That's not a hammer. Armor dents, right? Armor dents. That's just the way of life. If you're wanting something super strong, I mean, that's doable, but it's different. These lilies here. You shoulder check somebody, you're gonna come back to me the next day, try and ask me to try to straighten this thing out. Which maybe I can, maybe I can't. I don't know. But if you want something super strong, that's possible. It may not look like a lily.
Well, would you happen to have anything that could be used to protect these very bruised and bloodied knuckles if one were to hit someone with it?
Well, sure. I mean, what are you looking to spend on it?
Around 20 gold, about. I'm a little shyer than I like to be.
And this gorgeous silver pocket watch.
Oh, get in. You don't.
It's quite nice, isn't it?
So 20 gold and 5 silver then?
What is a silver pocket watch? It's so much more than just,
It's worth more than the silver that it's made
look
with.
at the mechanics. It's the jeweled motions.
Maybe to
there.
someone who sells pocket watches.
Don't you have an interest in keeping the time?
Listen,
You're
for
on a
20 gold,
schedule.
I could probably make something work for you. It's going to take me a few days, but yeah.
I'm looking for, well, if you want to put some flowers on it, or what's your, I don't know, I'm thinking more like rose thorns than like petals.
Mm-hmm.
But something really, what's your most basic level of craftsmanship?
Let's do 10 gold right now. Come back in a few days. I'll have something ready for you. You can pay for the rest.
You know what? With your craftsmanship, I trust you.
I appreciate that.
Pull out the 10 gold.
He takes it.
Flashing the signet ring as pulling it out. I don't know.
Let me write that down.
You wear your nice rings when you go shopping, right? That's how it goes. You get better service. I don't know how this works.
Go to make a persuasion check.
All right. That is a 6.
Okay.
I'd like to step in there, actually, seeing, sorry, I don't mean to step on your toes there, but would like to ask, you don't happen to be a member of the Smiths Guild, now do you?
Listen, guilds are great. I'm pro union, but when you live out in the hinterlands, you know, I can't go to the meetings or anything. So, you know, I probably have a card somewhere, but it's probably been 50 years since I've been to a meeting. So I don't know if I could say that anymore.
I just mean from one guild member to another, you know, make a little arrangement, a little deal.
Thank
Knock a
you.
bit off.
I do.
I mean, the
appreciate-
arrangement's 20 gold. It's 10 now and 10 when you come pick up the thing. I mean, this is a pretty good.
All right.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you. Stop helping. Thank you.
All right,
Thank
all
you.
right.
Thank you.
I'm gonna go look over here.
Thank you.
All right. Let's go over to join Willow at Lakeside Arts.
Hi, I'm so sorry to bother you again.
Oh, you're back. Yes.
There was a painting that my friend was looking at. I just wanted to know if you had any postcards of it, like you did with my other friend.
He takes a look and says, "Oh yes, I've got a postcard version of that. Yes, he goes over to the rack. Here you go. That's 2 gold for the print.
Okay. Pull out 2 gold. Thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome."
That's all I wanted to do. I'll go back to the inn.
That's cute.
So you head back to the inn, and you could, by the time you arrive, you can see that Emiliana is leaving the bar area with a cup of tea.
Hi. Did they have space?
Yes, we have our 2 rooms, one for Boldra and one for the rest of us. So,
How much was it?
don't worry about it. It was 2 gold a room. We all get meals as well. I don't mind.
Are you sure?
Of course. I've done this before. I've got a little coin in my pocket. The rest of you are brand new, so.
Yeah, we don't really use money where I'm from. Thank you.
You're welcome. Did you find what you were looking for at the art store?
Yeah.
I'm glad.
I'll happily sit down.
I would love to know what kind of currency your tribe of people is. It just like pretty rocks or shells?
I think, yeah, I was thinking like rocks and like nice flowers. I also was thinking like, oh, I'll bake you a pie if like you come help me rake my leaves, right? Like very like trading and bartering.
It's a
real
gift
use for
society.
gold.
It's a classless,
Yeah.
moneyless society.
Yeah, it's a kibbutz.
Fungible tokens, right?
I wouldn't go so far as to say that.
Except I don't think any wood elf would rake their leaves. Where the leaf falls, that's where it stays.
Where
It's
it
meant
belongs.
to be there. Yeah.
I hate raking leaves. It's the most pointless thing.
But then you make a pile and you can jump in it. Whee!
Exactly.
That is the only time when it's fun.
Follow
Except
me on
sometimes
this.
when you're 8, there's a stick in the pile and you never jump in another pile of leaves.
Or dog poop.
Or dog poop.
The
Or
leaf
other-
blower
yeah.
is the most boomer of all appliances and tools.
Yes. Yes.
I'm
yes.
not gonna. I don't need any more explanation. That's just
No.
a statement.
Enough said.
It's like an extra abrasive Karen. They're always around.
My neighbor at my old house, almost every day, would use the leaf blower for like months on end. Almost every single day.
Well, we can thank them for global climate change.
I
Then.
think at that point, sabotage is, if not legally encouraged, then at least legally allowed.
I would
Community
agree.
service. That's what
Yeah.
that is. Anyway.
Someone call up the Lawyers Guild.
Yeah. I will
Summon fiend.
I will gladly go to prison for sabotaging leaf blowers. I'll do time.
I'm ready for this to be used in a court of law against you in a
I'll
couple
do
of
hard
years.
time. I won't even deny it. I'll go into the court of law and I'll say, I did it. And I'm proud of it.
Hey,
And if you let me out, I'll do it again.
whatever boats your float.
I'll be a character witness. You did it for the good of the people.
All right. So, would you like to have any more conversation before the others get here, or do you just want to be kind of chilling for a bit?
Fine. I'll sit in comfortable silence.
Okay.
Sipping my tea.
You know, you can have small talk. I just want to know if there's anything in particular. Yeah. You don't just have to be like dead silent for the next.
No, but
10
like
minutes.
also, there's something to say about being able to just sit and exist.
Yeah, Emiliana's probably pretty quiet.
Yeah. And you also notice, Willow, that there are more people here. That Jalola's there, and there are other people from the town.
Oh, I'll say hi to Jalola.
She gives you a wave.
Oh, we found her. Oh wait, you took us there.
Did
We're
it go well? Did it go well?
yeah, we're leaving tomorrow.
Good.
That's it's cool stuff.
It's not my stuff.
No.
Um,
She says she can fly, Jalola.
Oh, I try not to. That worries me so much just thinking about it.
Yeah, okay.
But I trust that she knows what she's doing.
Okay.
Before too long, dinner is brought out for everyone who has ordered it. Dinner is a very light soup with some meatballs and potatoes and a really light, almost clear broth. Lots of herbs in it. Big portions of bread. And the bread does have flowers in it.
You can't make bread without flour, can you?
Hey!
Boo.
And can I assume, Boldra and Atirier, that you are also heading back to the Mermaid Scale after?
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Okay. So then after about 15 more minutes, your other two party members come back, and you all end up with dinner, since you have the rooms that accommodate that. And you are all met once again at a table more or less on your own. You're off kind of not in the center of everything.
Emiliana's on her third cup of tea.
Okay.
Wow. Are they liking that?
Clock it.
It's good. It is a local specialty, and those who travel, we should sample.
Special
You should try it.
Sure. Why not? I'll motion over to get a tea.
I'll have one in the morning, I think. I think I'll stick to the ale for the evening.
She brings over some cups and a little teapot, so you can serve yourselves for a little bit.
Oh, I have a before you go, I have a quick question.
Yes.
I found these two flowers while we were on our way over here. And I just wanted to, you seem like a person who knows nature. Do you know what they are?
This would be your nat 20 and your nat 1.
Yeah.
Okay. You present them to her. They look identical. She will go ahead and make 2 nature checks to see what she can figure out. Her first is a 20, not natural. Her second, 11.
There is a 1 in that.
Two 20s and 3 1s?
Yeah, there we go.
I mean, it looks like. Before I say a thing that's just going to get me a bunch of angry letters from flower people.
Flower politics, they're really complicated.
Petal politics.
Petal politics, yeah.
Petal politics.
Oh, that was a better joke.
It's barely a joke. On my end, yours was good.
Those flower
I
people,
liked it.
they might pull out their pistol.
Oh, there you go.
We're really stemming off of each other here.
Oh man.
Let's leave it where it is.
We really got to get to the root of the problem.
Damn.
Oh, I'm so happy.
Time is so fast.
Come on, are we pawing your leg?
These puns are real
I will
fun.
never be invited back.
Okay.
Yes,
think
you
I can say this.
will.
See if I get them yelled at. She looks at them both and she says, "Oh, well, these both look like kind of an unusual looking snapdragon to me."
Cool.
Mm-hmm. I grow quite a few different kinds of snapdragon. Not this kind, but they're real pretty.
Oh, is it like a species you've never seen before?
The coloring's a little different, but that's sure what it looks like.
Okay. Well, thank you. For some reason, I couldn't place them.
There's lots of flowers out there.
There are.
Checking to see if snapdragons are edible. Pretty
I
sure they
feel
are.
like any plant's edible if you're not a coward.
Well, I mean, you can eat any plant. You just might not live for too long after.
Do you have protection from poison and disease yet? Are you a high enough level for that?
I think I might be.
I'm quite good with an herbalism kit. I could take a look at those flowers, see if I can discern anything from them.
Sure.
Is that I can do that?
Sure. You can go ahead and make a nature check. Are you proficient in nature?
No, but I got a +4.
If you're not proficient, then you can do intelligence with proficiency. Are you proficient with your herbalism kit?
Yes.
Then yes, intelligence plus proficiency.
Okay.
Which is basically a nature check if you're proficient.
That's. Oh, okay. Ooh, that's gonna be a 24.
Oh,
What was it on the die?
18.
Okay. They're, basically identical, and, there are other snapdragons in here, and this looks pretty similar.
Yeah, these are snapdragons.
Okay. It's quite a... I don't know. I felt like there was something special about them, but maybe there's just something special about every flower.
well, worst comes to worst, we could find a couple mice we don't like and see if they do well with one or the other.
I've never met a mouse I didn't like. That's not something that I'm familiar with.
We could find a mean one, I bet.
I don't think so. Mouse are very nice. Have you spoken to one?
What about a rat?
Also very kind creatures. They get a bad rap.
Rat.
Bad rat.
You're going to be hard pressed to find animals that Willow is not
We're best of
happy
buds.
about.
Speak with animals is a ritual spell. I can go for hours.
Oh, we've got a whole,
Start
we've
naming
done a whole
small
session and a
rodents.
half without you
Shrew.
speak with animals. That's
Vole.
great.
I know, it's wild.
What about crustaceans? I mean, they can be quite crabby.
And then,
Sorry.
Rocks fall, we all die.
yeah.
Silence.
And
Complete silence.
giant worms came out of the ground.
Oh God, we're gonna
Tore the
start
town
taking
apart.
psychic damage.
Is there any business that any of you would like to take care of here this evening before resting.
I would just like to sneak the postcard in Emiliana's bag after she goes to bed.
Okay. Well, you are sharing a room, so that is
Yeah.
not impossible.
I also don't sleep as much as you're a human, right?
I am human, yeah.
Yeah. So I'm sure there's a time
Elf
that I'm
privilege.
awake.
Oh,
So
yeah.
Hashtag elf privilege.
as we're getting ready for bed, Emiliana takes a what looks like a broken dagger out of her bag, and kind of looks at it for a bit and pulls a sharpening stone from another bag and sharpens this broken dagger for a sec. And these are wood beds, right?
Yeah. So you get into your rooms. This is so much fancier than you're used to. Just like unnecessarily nice. You've got like a floral wallpaper on the walls around. Beautiful like wash basin station. End tables next to the beds. These are really nicely carved wooden beds.
With a little bit of a reverence, Emiliana takes this dagger and the head of the bed, stabs it in a little bit, so it's point down, well, broken part down, handle up, over her bed, and she just kind of looks at it for a minute, starts getting ready for bed.
That's what the Rolling Stones also used to do to hotel rooms.
Yeah.
Bulger, you are in your own bed. Your own
Yeah.
bedroom. So it's just nice in there.
She's gonna take the braids out of her beard and set her signet ring on her bedside table, and then on second thought, put it inside the drawer to pick up later.
For all those who are interested, there is a bath here as well that you can purchase for an extra 5 silver.
Ah, no thanks.
She'll just take the wash basin and put it on the floor and put her feet in one at a time.
Prison style bird bath, nice.
You know, that's as much leisure as she's going to allow herself in this place.
We are still working.
Yes, exactly. We're not done yet.
This is not a vacation.
Work.
Ginnett worked hard for her grind. She's not going to get rid of it.
Yeah.
Listen, you just charge it to the expense card. It's totally fine. You hand in your receipts afterward. So, Emiliana, you do that ritual. You didn't then head to bed?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And just over dinner, Boulder would have shared the information about Finnick and his helping Amelia with her machine. And I'm sure Ginnett would have been excitedly sharing about the pneumatic hammer.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I'm going to be going on and on about how this thing worked and just basically pouring you all the tears.
And I really need to meditate. I really, really appreciate this, but like it's like a whole process.
I gotta meditate too. I mean, that's only 4 hours. We got time now. We can talk and have a little good old chat. We can,
Like a little bit of extra meditation in order to get my spells in the morning. It's like it's a whole
Are you
thing.
both elves? Am I rooming with 2 elves who
Yeah.
don't need to sleep?
Maybe that's why Boulder got her own room.
It's possible. It's
I
pretty
am
smart.
beginning to understand why Boldra wanted her own room.
If you want to like knock on the door in the middle, oh, you've already done your ritual. Nope, never
Yeah,
mind.
I've got a dagger in my bed. I've staked my claim, very literally.
Yes.
I do want to share with you that I did once get to use an auto hammer. It was just as much fun as you'd imagine it was.
Oh, yeah. I've used them as well.
I got to go to a blacksmithing conference a couple of years ago, and they had like 2 or 3 in a big tent area. And when I came into the space, they had like the youth blacksmiths, like the little kids working it. It was really cool. It was fun.
After like
Life
hours
goals.
and hours of doing hand hammering, the 5 minutes of doing the auto hammer was like, oh, why did I do all the other stuff?
Oh yeah, it's pretty ridiculous.
Yeah.
All right. Willow, go ahead and roll for me a sleight of hand check.
Can I cast guidance on myself?
Sure.
Yeah. I'm not the most dexterous of individuals.
Right, I'm not the most perceptive.
But I rolled very well. I rolled a 19. I rolled a 2 on the D4, so a total of 21.
I'm going to say that since Emiliana is asleep, that is good enough to negate there even being a perception check for that.
Plus the perception is 10, so
Yeah.
Gently at the top of the bag.
Like you got to at least like make a noise in order for there to be a reason for a perception
Yeah.
check.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So sometimes you just don't get one. So you successfully sneak the print into Emiliana's bag.
Did Janet roll a perception just for fun?
Just for fun.
Yeah, would you roll?
Yeah, sure. You can because you're meditating. You can definitely roll a perception check.
Is it 18?
Okay.
Not bad.
You in your kind of soft focus, meditative state, you clock that Willow moves, but doesn't really register what Willow's done. You just saw that she moved. Yeah. The way I think of meditation is that like you are aware, but not like super aware. You know, kind of like when you're in a really lazy afternoon when you just kind of zone out and stare out the window for 10 minutes and then an hour actually passed.
Mhm.
Oh,
It's like
Wow.
taking edibles and you took like one too many.
Yep.
And then it's like, oh, that was 3 hours that went by. Oh no.
oh shit! I gotta go.
I've only made
Yeah.
that mistake one time. Never happen again. Oh.
I got like 3 hours in and realized that like my thought was if my apartment caught fire, I wouldn't be able to reach the door.
It's so morbid.
And then another like 45 minutes passed in an instant. Because I was watching
You
Netflix, which is the only reason I knew how much time passed. So like I would
you
just,
hit the end of episodes.
I'd blink and the credits would roll and I'd be like, oh no.
Yeah, yeah. Listening to podcasts and hearing the intro music again. Like, wait, what did? Oh,
Yeah.
Oh God.
Yeah. It would have been less stressful to not have anything going.
Facts.
That's
So otherwise, the night passes without incident. And you all get, so often in these missions, it's like the nightmares come, foreshadowing and all that. You just have a really nice night in your rooms. Everything's fine.
nothing's a mimic.
No nightmares. Nothing's a mimic. The bed is a bed. Everything's fine. No rumblings, no earthquakes. You just pass a lovely evening in a nice hotel.
I have something I want to do right when we wake up.
Okay.
I want to start ritually casting detect poison and disease on these flowers.
Yes. Thank God.
Yeah.
Because you know one of them's bad, right?
I feel like I was told they're beautiful.
You forgot which one's which.
So
But
we
Yeah.
wake up
forgot-
before
Yeah,
Liliana, right? Yeah. So okay.
Yes.
I think
So
we'll
you-
sit together.
So you take
Oh,
a
no.
look at these two. Go ahead and as you're doing that, roll for me a nature check.
Okay. Uh, 21.
Okay. 10 minutes pass.
Mhm.
In your left hand, you are holding a snapdragon. Beautiful. Really pristine looking. Maybe even has some properties to it that you don't know yet. You're not sure. In your right hand is monk's hood. Super duper poisonous.
Mm-hmm.
Beautiful. Absolutely, if you ate it, you might die.
I think I'm going to put the monk's hood like in my tinder box, like under something, so I don't mistake them. And then I'll put the not poisonous one also in Emiliana's bag.
Sounds like a plan. Go ahead and make another sleight of hand check.
Cool. I'm gonna also do guidance if I can.
And since this is as we're starting to wake up, Emiliana, go ahead and roll a perception check at disadvantage.
Oh, can it? Oh.
And you can also roll a perception check.
Oh no, I wanted to do something before Emiliana woke up.
Sure.
I got a 14.
I was a 19 and a 3.
Okay. All right.
So
what were you wanting to do at Tyrier?
Knowing that Emiliana's going to wake up soon and being awake for a while since I only had to meditate for 4 hours, she's going to walk over and just kind of stand above her face, staring at her, waiting for her to wake up.
Okay.
You know, that is certainly a thing you're allowed to do.
I wouldn't encourage it, but you know, it's an option.
Free perception check
Yes.
as I'm waking up.
So
Emiliana does not recognize you right away. And
yeah, I think that's fair.
And military instinct's gonna kick in.
Yeah.
So what I'll say at this point is that Tyrier, can you make for me a dexterity saving throw?
Yeah.
Just kind of pick it up what you were throwing down there.
That would be a 21.
Emiliana, go ahead and roll a dexterity check.
That would be a natural 20 for a 24.
Oh, shit!
No. Without doing more than like a d8's worth of damage, what is it that Emiliana would do in that moment?
I think. Oh no. She's gonna grab the dagger that's in her headboard, and you have a second where you see like her eyes flicker under her eyelids for just a moment, and then her hand shoots up, grabs the dagger, and it's at your throat.
Yeah, that seems very reasonable.
Oh. Morning.
Morning.
I immediately regret this decision. Oh.
Do you mind backing up a little bit?
Okay, all right. Oh, okay. All right.
Willow, this hid your flower thing completely.
Yeah, I'm not even worried
You're
about
gonna
it.
get right in there, no problem.
Wing woman, get it.
I gotcha.
That is one way to
That's what I was doing.
start the day.
And all of you can smell breakfast being cooked. Inevitably, what comes up is bacon and coffee. Who knows what else is being cooked in the moment, but of course those are the smells that go the farthest. I would say it's a good way to wake up, except, you know...
But I woke up very differently. Yeah, dagger in hand. Emiliana's gonna consider it for a second, then go put it in her bag.
Okay. Do you just have one big compartment in your bag?
I'm trying to remember my Hero Forge model. I think I do you? I think I have one.
All right.
I think I have one main bag and then a couple like smaller like sheaths and stuff. But
I'll leave it up
one-
to you whether or not you want to make this discovery right now or later.
Yeah, I think Emiliana does make this discovery now and opens up her bag to put the dagger in and freezes.
Yeah, you open your bag and you see a little postcard size print of the painting you were looking at with an actual flower draped on top.
Oh.
And Emiliana starts crying.
What a terrible way to wake up. She's
Do we see her crying?
both of you can go ahead and make insight checks.
Okay.
18?
16.
Yeah, those will both do it
Okay.
for my performance.
All right. She's got those Soviet tears. They're very closely held.
Yeah.
Ginnett, maybe we should go down to breakfast.
What have you done to her? Was it me? Waking up thing?
Just let's go.
This
Sorry.
was one of you.
What was?
Let's go bacon, let's go.
Tyrie, do you leave at that point?
Yep.
Okay. Tyrie bails, leaving Willow and Emiliana.
Good luck.
This you.
I didn't ask her to like stand in front of your face. That was all her.
Sounds like something that she would come up with.
Yeah.
This is all of this is it's hard for me. The flowers and the perfume and the you have done me a great kindness, and I feel like I owe you some explanation, but words are not. I am not the best at them.
No, you don't have to. I mean, I saw you looking at it, and I knew it was expensive. But I also know that sometimes asking for the things that you want is hard. And so I went back in to see if he had a print, and he did.
Growing up, I was not allowed to have flowers and femininity, girl things. My family did not allow. This, she holds up the dagger. This belonged to the first man I ever told that I wanted them. And he died. And I have never learned how to have beautiful things.
I like to think that everything is beautiful if you want it to be.
There is beauty in dust and steel and fluidity of movement, but it is different.
Yeah.
Let's not let her think that I've killed you, so.
I figured out the other flower is poison if you want that one too. I just didn't want to just like give you a poisonous flower. I thought that would
is it poison edible or poison put on a blade and stab someone and they die 10 minutes later?
Right now it appears to be poison edible, but I'm sure if we asked someone, they could make it into like poison on a blade.
Something to consider.
Maybe we talk about poison after breakfast.
Yes, good idea.
Okay.
Is Boldra an early riser?
I think so, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you all make it down to breakfast at more or less the same time. And it's actually busier here in the morning
Oh,
than it
she's
was last night.
Sorry, I should amend that. She's an early riser, but she takes the morning to herself
Okay.
to prepare for the day. So
All right.
she smelled all the smells. She's like, okay, those will be there. There's plenty. It's an inn. They're not going to run out of bacon. This place will not run out of
I
bacon.
don't know. I've been
If
to
they
some
run out of bacon,
hotels that have run out of bacon. And
The Boldra needs time.
The boulder needs time, and then the boulder will consume bacon.
because I have to say, there is something, I don't know if it's just because it's in a hotel, but there is something I truly love about a hotel breakfast.
Mm-hmm.
Me too.
I just love this, like the cake of scrambled eggs, basically.
Steamed eggs.
Lasagna side.
Steamed
Size
eggs.
egg.
They're so different, and I love steamed eggs.
Fluffy.
I'm a potato person, so any like home fry, breakfast potato, hash brown, anything.
Yeah. A good hotel breakfast is so much harder to find these days, but like, oh.
God,
Because then you just get it all, you bring it back up to your room, and you like sit on, like, eat in bed or whatever. A thing you would never do at home.
Never.
You watch the Discovery Channel at 8 in the morning and eat breakfast. All right, so the three of you head down then. And it is quite busy here. And it kind of makes sense. There are no restaurants in town. This is it. This is like, if you're gonna not make breakfast yourself, you're gonna come here. It feels like there's like 30 people down here having breakfast, coffee. There's like a whole breakfast buffet situation set up on a couple of tables. Most of it looks like it's provided by the inn. There definitely looks to be a couple of trays of things that people have probably just brought, like potluck style. There's like a couple of trays of baked goods that are on different servingware that don't look like they're from the inn.
Rose scones.
Rose scones. Lavender pancakes.
A little bit of lavender, a little bit of lemon.
Yeah.
And turnip bread.
Mother of God, Paul. What?
Still
It's
a thing.
wrong.
It's
Turnip bread is
canon.
wrong. I know. I'll explain later. Yes, that's a proper response. Thank you.
It's a hit. It's a hit across Volanta. People love turnip bread. So you get your coffee and get your breakfast going. Lots, like a whole big tray of bacon and eggs to be had and all kinds of good stuff. The mood in here is very light and people catching up and sharing stories and getting ready for the day. This is obnoxious how nice it all is.
I would like to ask what's Willow eating?
Probably a little bit of everything. I think anything floral is on the plate.
I wonder if it was the
extra
question,
syrup.
is Willow a vegetarian?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, no, she had the soup last night.
Oh, okay. All right. So I'm gonna Jenna's gonna take a piece of bacon and be like, oh, what was that? But don't eat me? Oh, Willow's my friend? Oh no.
You know, there is a way to appreciate animals even in their death. And sometimes that's by eating them.
And I understand the joke. But the thing is that sometimes the most ethical thing is to eat what's near you. And sometimes that's animals. And it's sad, but it's part of the process.
Oh, all right, sure. I eat them because they taste good.
That's also true.
You can just
That
taste
was-
how happy it was when it was alive.
No, can we? Pushes the plate away from her. Is there another seat I can go sit?
There are definitely seats around that you could.
She'll just stick to the pancakes.
There's some oatmeal there if you need it.
Yeah.
Like any good hotel breakfast, There's a pot of oatmeal.
Mm-hmm.
Sugar. Sorry.
Is there anything any of you would like to do before setting out this morning? All right. In that case, you gather your things together. Boldra eventually heads down to join the rest of you. How much time do you take, Boldra?
Not too long, just like 45 minutes.
Okay.
Could be longer, but still.
That's how long I take in the morning. I get it. All right. So you gather your things together. You are met once again, and you do notice that while practically the whole town is here, Amelia is not. You don't know if that's a typical thing or not. But if you're ready to go, then now is the time.
As we're getting ready to leave, Gannett's gonna reach over and grab just a handful of bacon and just stuff it into one of her pouches.
Okay. Pouch immediately starts to stain with a little bit of oil through.
It's already stained.
Good old road bacon.
Mm-hmm. Road bacon.
Road bacon.
I am having deja vu to the last time I played with you, Paul, but I do want to take an extra pastry as well.
That's right. I do remember. Yeah, I remember you took a whole bunch of pastries.
I did. A very different character, but I'll just take the one.
I believe you threw them down a giant hole at one point.
I did.
Yeah, I do remember. I do recall that.
Olga's probably gonna make herself a bacon sandwich for the road.
Yeah.
Oh, that's fun.
With some turnip bread.
No, the regular bread.
I believe in this part of the world they call it a bacon buddy.
Oh, buddy, like it. Yeah.
That's
Well,
what the English call a
buddy.
bacon sandwich. Like a bacon sandwich needed a special name. It's a bacon buddy.
Oh.
I want to get a pig and name it that.
Yeah, I was gonna say, is that like a familiar that's a pig?
A bacon buddy.
It's just a bacon sandwich with googly eyes.
The players in my very first campaign, which lasted for 6-8 months, they found a piglet, a talking piglet, very early on. And that piglet stayed with them for 2,000 miles of travel, all the way to the edge of the world. And they carried Piggly all the way to the end.
There was never a dragon's breath that just toasted it?
They were very protective of him. I took a lot of stuff away from them during that adventure.
Okay.
There were things that I was like, you don't get to keep this. This boat's gone. They tried
Piggly is sacred.
They tried to keep a dragon egg at one point, and I was like, we're not going to do that. But Piggly, I couldn't do that to him. Piggly stayed to the end.
There are some lines that can't be crossed.
Piggly faced a lich with the party.
Oh, wow.
The badass piggy.
I respect that pig
I mean,
so
it was in
much.
someone's pocket, but yeah.
Oh. Oh.
All right. So you head out. Let's have Willow go ahead and roll me a d8.
This went so well last time. 3.
Okay. You got a bit of a drizzle this morning. Nothing too terrible, but it is, it's got some rain. It's kind of cold, refreshing spring rain. Before long, you have made your way back to Amelia's house. You can hear stuff going on inside.
Oh, she's
But she
preparing.
doesn't come immediately out.
Maybe she's not quite ready yet, but don't see why we can't wait inside.
There's no knock on the door.
Okay. You knock, and you hear, just a minute. And then the door kind of busts open, and Amelia is there. She is dressed slightly differently than before. Same kind of base layers, but now she has this really, really well-oiled and well taken care of leather jacket with like fur lining. And she's got leather goggles up on her head. She's got a small pack on her back, and she carries let's see if you would know what this is. All of you go ahead and make a history check.
An 18 from Boldra.
Okay.
It's
A natural
24.
It's a natural 5 for a 4.
And Willow.
I also got an 18.
Okay. And what was that, Eterie?
24.
Okay. So for everyone but Emiliana, you can recognize it as some kind of tool. Its specific purpose, you're not entirely sure. But it definitely looks like some kind of mechanical tool. What this is a pipe wrench. And she looks like she is very excited. Like she's got a big smile on her face. She's like, all right, we doing this?
I think that we are doing this.
Get the hell out of here then. Shuts the door behind her, sets out.
Would you like some painting?
Was that in your pocket?
Is it my pouch?
Is a pouch like a pocket?
Of sorts.
Behind Gannett, Boldra's just like, don't do that.
Yeah, I don't eat pocket bacon.
All right, more for me.
I see you, Paul.
She heads out. She's leading the way. She's not even waiting, stopping. Just she goes. She is tromping through the rain, through the grasses and trees, and she is just making good time.
Well, she seems to know the way.
Well, all we gotta do is really just follow the lake around. We'll have to camp for a night before we get to the mine, but I figure we do that. We could. Well, I guess we gotta make a plan or something, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
My plan is this, like just going and negotiating with that. But I guess we all need to be on the same page.
I have a question about how many, acolytes would you say were in there?
No idea. I mean, I saw like half a dozen, 10, something like that, but could be more.
Do you think there are more?
Yeah, probably.
Okay.
What are the odds that you ask for it and they give it back?
Somewhere between 0 and shit.
Fair enough. What if you pretend that you are an, I don't know, avatar of their god? Play on their superstition.
I'm gonna be honest, everyone. I'm not an actor. I'm not a performer. It's not my deal.
I've got an idea. Our elsewise mechanical friend here has not been seen by this group of people. Maybe you could go in and present yourself as some kind of new recruit and get the skinny on what's going on.
You also have that postcard. I'm sure that would be of most importance to them.
Oh, that's a good point. Yeah.
That'd be a bartering chip, yeah.
Yeah, I'm down. Maybe they want some bacon.
That too.
Not the bacon. Just leave the bacon in your pocket.
Kenneth, you must promise me that you will not join this sect.
Yeah, don't actually join them. That's pretty key.
Well, they might have some good stuff, though.
But they're not paying you.
Oh, yeah, payment. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Sure. I promise.
No winking.
What?
Shake on it.
Oh,
All right, here's the thing. Schemes, plans. It's fine. It's fine. I'm fine with it. But if that doesn't work, she holds up the pipe wrench.
Longbow.
pull out my pistol and be like,
I just want to make sure we're on the same page on that. Like, I can't not get that back, right? Like, I need to go in and get it.
It is
Like
your
a
item, they have
plan.
taken it.
Like a plan Z.
Yes, if they make the first move.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah.
I don't know about Z. Like, what? Like, C.
I can
You're
go
saying
with
C?
Can we compromise on like a J?
Willow, what do you propose?
All of the other plans that we've just been talking about, the trying to join,
We're not trying to join. We're seeing how many people we need to negotiate with.
Oh, you never meant to actually.
No.
I didn't pick up on that.
No.
Well, see, now we're moving up letters already. Great. That's great.
I'm with you, Amelia. I'm with you. Let's get this thing back.
I mean, I think that you could probably trade the postcard if you embellish its importance, or at the very least, you could distract them, and I could locate the object, and we could send someone to sneak in and get it. I don't think we necessarily need to go directly to violence.
What do you need to locate the subject? You just need a description? What?
So I can, as long as I'm within 1,000 feet of it, I can say a type of object, and I'll be pointed to the nearest object of that particular kind. I can't imagine that there's a lot of, what did you call an instrument?
Instrument panel. Oh,
yeah,
geez,
I can't imagine there's a lot of those in there. So I think once we get in there, it'll ping for me.
Just as an aside, the fact that locate object is not an artificer spell is absolutely ridiculous.
It's kind of
Goofy.
silly.
Goofy.
It is,
But it's a cleric spell.
It is a spell for bards, clerics, druids, paladins, rangers, and wizards, and
Also
not
everybody-
artificers.
but yeah. All right.
Make your own object.
What?
Man,
Yeah.
it's rough.
It's silly.
Yeah. Fix
the
your
game.
shit, wizards.
Not Wizards of the Coast, just like
Just
the
Wizards
wizards
and-
that run
The Wizard
reality.
Guild.
They've got some glitches, they've got some bugs to work out.
I'm gonna be honest.
Yes.
I bet they intended that to be an artificer spell and just overlooked it.
Yeah.
I would agree.
I would wager a lot of money on that.
Yeah.
I mean, we can just retcon that whole thing if you want, and then just add it in there. I'll already did
But let's do it.
Write it in your books at home in ink.
Amelia, you said these people are worshippers of strange
Yeah, that's how it
technologies.
seemed. Like they would like it was. Yeah, they were like worshiping it.
Do they have more instrument panels that are not the ones you're looking for?
I don't know. I mean, I don't know how they got the stuff they got. Right? Like,
Fair enough.
I mean, I know how they got my stuff, but there was stuff in there that it looked more like stuff from my world than yours.
And
so
you
I
have
don't-
never met another person who has come from your world over to
no.
here, traveled
no.
here.
So I don't know where they're getting all the junk from, but I mean, I hope there's not more than one in there. I guess it'll gum up the works for your spell, but
If there is, I call dibs.
I can cast it twice, presuming that I don't need to cast any other spells of that caliber. I can't locate the specific one unless I've seen it up close before.
right.
So
I'm fine with the sneaking. I'm fine with whatever. I'm fine with it. I'm fine with it.
the plan, I'll compromise on G. How do we feel about G?
So I'm gonna call it D, and you can call it whatever you like.
Okay.
Is me going in there and just smashing people up until we get what we need.
I can also smash. I just prefer not to.
A bit of combat strategy. I've seen these folks fight, but are you up close and personal, or Do you prefer a bit of distance?
I can be up. She stops for a second and throws her wrench against a tree nearby, and as soon as it hits, it appears back in her hand.
Whoa!
Oh, that is handy.
So, I don't need to be that close.
A plumber's Mjolnir.
Yeah.
I can be a little far away.
To know. Very good to know.
Anything else planning wise that you want to do for this first day of travel? Basically, you've got a full day and then a couple of hours.
I just want to touch base. When I meditate for my spells this evening, do we want me to focus more on healing, or do you want me to take some offensive stuff?
I always say that the best defense is a good offense. Is that the way the phrase goes? God damn it! The best defense is a good offense. So
I can offer a bit of healing as well. So
Okay.
I've got a little bit, but honestly, not much.
I can help myself.
I can heal myself a bit, but
Okay. Oh, I never get to use any of the other spells, so that'll be fun.
smash it up, Willow.
You don't have to heal as much of everybody else's,
True?
wait.
No, not us. Them.
Them,
If they're all
them,
dead, we
them.
don't need healing.
Right.
That is a fair point. That is a fair, terrifying point. Thank you, Amelia.
Amelia gives you a look, Willow, and says, you're in the same guild as the rest of them, right? You're from a different guild."
No, this is my first time.
This is your first time?
Yeah.
Oh, mine too.
Same.
Not mine, if that's any consolation.
Son of a bitch.
But we're really good. I mean, we are.
How do you know?
We fought some gnolls on the way here, and I mean, we were pretty good.
And what we lack in experience, we make up for enthusiasm.
We joined the guild on purpose, if that helps.
A little bit.
I
All
like
right, let's
hitting.
keep going. How do you want to approach? Do you want to approach this during the day? Do you want to approach this mine? Basically, you're looking at an old abandoned mine, so you can.
Have we? Can I change my spells?
Well, yeah, you will be able to. I just want to see what the approach will be.
Okay.
So you'll have an entrance and probably not more than
yeah.
one. So is this something you want to approach in the daytime, at night? What are your thoughts?
Do we want to propose Ginnet as a potential recruit?
Yes, if I'm coming in, I would think that during the day would probably be best when there's more traffic,
That was my thought as well.
easier to blend in.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that sounds fine.
So what are we? Are we your bodyguards? Are we hanging back?
Probably hang back.
Do you have a way of communicating with us if you get in hot water?
I can take care of that, Amelia says. I can switch around some stuff. If we're doing it in the morning, I can make you a thing.
All right, that's good.
Is anybody besides Ginnet particularly sneaky?
I am.
Okay. Okay, Emiliana. I will do my. I'll try and let you know if I get a ping. How big is the cave, Amelia? Do you think it's larger than 1,000 feet?
I have no idea. I've only been a little bit inside of it, enough to know that I was a little outnumbered.
Okay.
And you were able to sneak your way in. They do not post watch or.
I mean, when I went, I just
gates or
kind of got
anything
in
of
through the
such?
door and just kind of looked in.
Yes. That's good to know. I'm not expecting an attack.
Probably not.
Is it a large opening to the mine or just a doorway?
Not huge. Larger opening and then down to a doorway when you get in a little bit.
Thinking shooting anything from outside in would be trickier then.
Yeah. Yeah, I think you'll have to get in there to really do some work.
Good. That's the way I like it.
So then what we'll do is, don't worry about preparing those spells right now, but we will have our evening at camp. Amelia is anxious, full of anxious energy, just like the whole night. The morning comes, and you gather your things. Amelia's like up at dawn, ready to go, barely holding herself back. And a couple hours in, as you're making your way around the lake, you see up on a hill, just maybe 100 yards away from the lake shore, a large rocky outcropping. And she says, well, guess it's time to have some fun. Plan A, I guess. And that's where we'll end tonight's session.
Okay.
Yay.
Yep.
Ay. Ah.
Plan A. Plan B.
All right. So next time we're going to see which plan ends up winning the day. Whether it's sneaky or bashing heads. Thank you so much, players. Nice work tonight.
Thank you,
Some good
players.
stuff
Thank you,
all
Paul.
around. I'm going to go ahead and talk to the folks at home. Thank you so much for watching. It's so awesome to be able to share this with you. If you like what you see, make sure to check out our Patreon. There's some behind-the-scenes stuff. There's a whole full bonus episode hanging out waiting for you. So many episodes of our behind-the-scenes podcast. Go check it out. And until then, until we see you next time, thanks. Have a great night. And we'll see you on the next episode of the Adventurers Guild.